That's the sound of money, the closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange, ending another day of trading. And the Dow Jones was in the red all day, ending down around 100, well, about 83 or so, a little under 100 points there.
The S&P 500 had a pretty flat day and ended with a very slight loss. It was a bit more of a roller coaster for the NASDAQ, which ended the day up around 0.3%. Lori Bettinger joins us now. She is president of BancAlliance and the former director of Troubled Asset Relief Program, otherwise known as TARP, I just learned, under the Obama administration. I never knew what TARP actually meant, so I learned it today. Lori, what's driving the market today?
Thanks so much for having me. There's a lot going on. I think the market's digesting all sorts of interesting information, right? We saw the slight uptick in unemployment claims, but still, I think, a generally strong job market. We saw some companies come out and say that, they still plan on doing a lot of capital expenditures, which means spending money on big ticket items, positioning themselves for growth. We saw mortgage rates come below 5% today, which was very interesting. And I think there's a lot of eyes on tomorrow's job report. So as always, a real alphabet soup of economic data right now.
Absolutely. A lot going on for sure. And so we saw today that first-time unemployment claims, they rose at the end of July, the week prior. So those numbers had ticked down. What changed?
They ticked up, but they weren't by huge amounts. And so, I think we often see a lot of variation in those numbers, but again, as you mentioned, both the initial claims, the sort of the average, the ongoing claims, they all ticked up slightly. And this could be a sign of the job market, which was, I think very, very, very strong, maybe just slowing down a little bit. That doesn't mean that the job market is significantly weakened, but this could be, to some extent, what I think the Federal Reserve is hoping for in terms of some of these wage pressures starting to come down to hopefully address inflation. And we might see, perhaps employers are just, slowing down a little bit. We're reading about a few more, potential layoffs. But at the same time, when you just look at these numbers on an absolute basis, I still think we have a really strong job market right now.
You mentioned the jobs report out tomorrow. What should we expect? And how do you think the market's going to react?
Well, I think there's a consensus that we'll see about 250,000 jobs added. I think everyone's expecting the unemployment rate to stay more or less unchanged at 3.6%. So, that will be down slightly from last month in terms of job creation. But, I think it would just continue to be a sign that companies are looking to hire. And even, I think some of the companies that we're reading about in the news, they might say that they're slowing their hiring, but they're not necessarily laying people off. Maybe they think that growth is going to be a little less, but they still want to really retain the employees that they have. And so I think we're going to see a strong jobs report. But, I guess it's really anyone's guess is what's going to come out.
Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing what's going on there. Lori Bettinger, thank you so much.
Thank you.